Here's Stewie and Brian on a regular afternoon.
Shh, it's okay. It's okay. Do you like my soothing voice?
Do you like my soothing voice?
And here they are on a full-blown adventure.
Brian, you might want to look outside.
Oh my God!
You put those two together and it's guaranteed chaos. So much chaos that the folks over at Family Guy have dedicated an entire mini-series to the duo. And today, I'm going to be going through and ranking each and every one of those Road 2 episodes from their mid-adventures all the way to their generational journeys to find out their ultimate adventure. Starting with the mid-adventures and the time the boys jet off to India. It's actually the latest installment of the Road 2 series, and it kicks off with Brian's computer bugging out, so he has to call up tech support. And he takes a real shine to the woman who picks up his call.
Hold with tech support. My computer locked up right in the middle of this story I'm working on.
God, even Microsoft Word hates your writing.
Thank you for holding. How can I help you?
Well, for starters, you can keep talking with that lovely accent.
Spends like the next 6 hours on the phone to her, telling her about his dreams and his sudden love of Indian culture. She helps him out and his laptop is back up to running smoothly, but Brian can't help but call her back and pretend he still needs some help.
Look, I have to come clean. My computer wasn't actually broken this time. I just wanted to talk to you again.
I like talking to you too, Brian.
Brian's tech crush is called Padma, and he realizes that he's in love with this woman, or the sound of her voice anyway, so much so that he's going to get on a plane to go to India to be with her.
But I have to be with her. Stewie, I'm going to India.
Oh my God, I'm going with you. My yoga class will be so jealous.
Not to be like super shallow or anything, but you haven't even seen a picture of her, Brian. Hey, it's his funeral, so the boys head on over to Asia to find Brian's soulmate.
We finally made it, Brian. We're in India. Excuse me, man with no pupil, where can we get a taxi cab around here?
Getting there's the easy part. Now Brian's gotta find her, which isn't exactly easy in a country with a population of 1.4 billion. But they do know what company she works for, so the boys head there to try and track her down.
We made it! This is where Padma works.
I feel like I owe every bus in America an apology.
Stewie's on my wavelength, it seems, because he's about to ask Brian the same thing I did a second ago.
So, we haven't discussed what you're going to do if she's a pig.
She's already beautiful to me, and, you know, we'll see.
Okay, I said it a little nicer than that. Even in the call center, though, there's tons of employees, so Brian figures he's gonna have to call Padma to try and find her.
Thank you for calling tech support. How can I help you?
I'll tell you how. Stand on your desk.
Brian?
Padma, just do it.
Oh boy.
Hey, you heard what Brian said. She's beautiful no matter what.
Are you Padma?
No, I am Ranita. There is a python in my cube.
Brian?
Padma!
Hey, Brian's lucky day. He even got a cheesy line prepared for her.
Why are you here?
Because I was having a technical issue with my heart.
16 hours on a plane and that's what you came up with?
Seeing as Brian has traveled all this way to see her, Padma offers him and Stewie an invite to her big family party later that night. Of course, they agree to swing on by.
Oh my, you both look so elegant.
Thanks. Did a little shopping today.
Not me. Mine is actually an Aladdin costume from last Halloween. I never travel without it.
So what's the party for? Padma's birthday or mom and dad's wedding anniversary? No.
It is my honor to welcome you to this engagement celebration.
Oh, engagement. So who's getting married?
I am.
What?
Well, if you thought that was a plot twist, then just you wait.
Something happened today, and I can no longer marry you.
Padma, what is it?
My true love is here tonight. He has come to me all the way from America. His name is Brian Griffin, and my heart belongs to him.
Pulled the old Uno reverse on us. Brian's gone from guest of honor to being the most hated guy in the room. But he has an idea on how to keep everyone on side and still be with Padma.
It's Brian.
Sir, what if I were to repay you for all you've spent? Would Padma then be free to marry whoever she wanted?
Brian, you would do that?
Yes, I love you, Padma, and I'd do anything to be with you.
Obviously, Brian doesn't have the cash needed to repay Padma's dad, so he and Stewie put their heads together to come up with a way to earn money fast. But it's not exactly pretty work.
Yes, excuse me. I have a tapeworm.
All right, very good. Lie down on your stomach. This won't hurt a bit.
Since charming worms out of people's butts isn't good enough for Brian, he figures he'll go on India's Who Wants to Be a Millionaire show to win the dough, but let's just say he's not that clued up on Indian culture.
D. Jiminy Cricket. Final answer.
I'm sorry.
He fails miserably and walks back to Padma with his tail between his legs, but she's actually got some good news. Turns out her father's made a deal with Padma's ex's family, so she doesn't have to marry him anymore. But Padma's come to a realization that Brian really won't like.
I think watching you try to answer that question out there, I realized something. You know nothing of my country or my culture.
Well, that was a really tough question.
Truth is, they just have nothing in common. So she thanks Brian and says her goodbyes.
Goodbye, Brian.
Was that worth an $8,000 coach ticket?
It's about the journey, not the destination.
No, it's not. This sucked and you failed.
I mean, was it really ever gonna work? I know we called her a few times, but like, it's a little creepy to go halfway around the world for someone you've never even seen a picture of. This episode is by no means bad, it's just very average. Like, there was a ton of promise at the halfway point, but it kind of just ended a bit anticlimactically. It's just a bog standard episode of the show, and certainly doesn't live up to some other Stewie and Brian adventures. Speaking of adventures, this next one on our list is Road to Europe. You know, the one where Stewie becomes super obsessed with a show called Jolly Farm Review.
Good morning, Mother Maggie.
The sun has risen on another day in Jolly Farm.
Watching his favorite show makes Stewie realize he's not exactly the most American guy. Gee, I wonder what gave that away, not like he has a British accent or anything. And speaking of Britain, considering Jolly Farms is filmed there, Stewie decides he's gonna run away from home and head to London.
Spitspot, Albert Hall, Meat and Two Veg, Big Ben, Dave Clark Fives.
Brian realizes that Stewie has run off, so he chases after him and just manages to make it on the same flight. Although he does have to be a stowaway.
Hot towel?
Yes, thank you.
Hey, Stewie's always been a cheeky guy. Brian might have caught up to him, but he's too late.
Yeah.
I'm taking you off this plane.
Think again, Rover.
It could be worse, Brian. You could be stuck on a plane to Britain with a petulant runaway. Oh, wait, no, I can do one better. You could be stuck on the wrong plane with a petulant runaway, because the flight that the boys have boarded is headed to the Middle East.
Stuff for sale! Bad, cheaply made stuff for sale!
After a little sing-song that gets them out of having to buy anything, Stewie and Brian end up lost in a random desert.
Oh man, we're screwed, and our camel is dead from exhaustion.
And I had named him and given him a backstory.
They manage to make it back to civilization, but the boys are still stranded. But after overhearing a stranger talk about his hot air balloon, they figured that's as good as a way as any to travel out of the Middle East. And I don't know about you, but like, is that even possible? I know Phileas Fogg or whatever his name is traveled the world in a balloon, but it seems just ridiculous. Then again, I am talking about an animated show with a talking dog and baby, so.
I didn't know it really looked like that.
Neither did I. Such lovely printing, too.
Their balloon travel can only take them so far, though, and they end up falling right out of the sky in Italy. Or Vatican City, to be exact. Never have the words holy moly been more appropriate. Thing is, though, Stewie doesn't want to go home. Even after all this, he's still got his sights set on Jolly Farms. And considering Peter and Lois are on vacation for another 3 whole days, Brian reluctantly agrees to somehow take Stewie to Britain. The boys hop on a train and manage to make it all the way to Amsterdam.
Oh, I'm exhausted. Oh, the smoke is so acrid.
That's because, it's not cigarette smoke, Brian, and just by spending a little time in the cafe, the boys loosen up a bit. When in Rome and all that, even though they're in Amsterdam, but you get the point.
Only reason we die is because we accept it as an inevitability.
After whatever the hell that was, the boys finally make their way to Jolly Farm so Stewie can live out his dream.
Pengrove, I've come to live on Jolly Farm. Oh my, the magic tome. But it's cardboard.
Stewie starts to realize that the magic of TV has warped his little mind and that Jolly Farms isn't the fun-filled place it looked.
Oh, Mother Maggie, thank God.
Whose stinky brat is this?
Well, that's not your voice. Your voice is lyrical, like the gentle strum of a lute.
Piss off, you grotty little wanker!
It's a good thing Brian went with him, because imagine if he went all alone. He'd be trapped in Britain with a broken heart, but at least he's got his best buddy with him to show some support.
I feel like such a fool. Don't even look at me.
Hey, come on. You want to get some ice cream? That'd make you feel better, right?
Stewie and Brian head on home, and while the little guy won't be watching Jolly Farms anytime soon, he doesn't let their trip break his spirits.
The farm is on, Stewie. Don't you want to watch?
Oh, the Stewie who loved Jolly Farm is dead, Megan.
I think this episode is certainly a step up from Road to India. It does have that old Family Guy charm going for it, too. I just think it's a little bit slow at times, and like with the first Road 2 we covered, it pales in comparison to how big some of the other plots are in the other episodes we're covering today. Which brings me nicely onto the next adventure, a slight change in the titles, as this one's called Roads to Vegas. And it opens up with Brian winning a set of tickets to see Celine Dion in Las Vegas thanks to the Quahog Gay Pride Day celebration.
Our grand prize winner is Brian Griffin.
very nice.
Wow, I don't believe it.
And with one ticket to spare, who else is Brian gonna ask out to go with him other than Stewie?
I was wondering if you want to go to Vegas with me and see Celine Dion.
Are you kidding? Of course I want to go. Wow, these are good seats.
But Stewie doesn't feel like flying. Instead, he shows Brian his new teleportation device and he figures now is as good as any to try it out.
Oh, Stewie, that's incredible.
Brian gets to save on the plane ticket, so he agrees to test out Stewie's new machine, but it doesn't work in the way you'd expect. Keep a close eye on the left side of the screen.
What the hell, Stewie? It didn't work.
Oh, that's odd. It appears there may still be a few more bugs to work out.
Yep, the teleportation is still processing because the machine did send someone to Las Vegas. 2 duplicates of Brian and Stewie.
Oh my God, Stewie, it worked.
So while our Stewie and Brian board their flights, the dupes start taking in the sights.
Oh, wow, look at that, Stewie. Perfect timing.
Oh, it's beautiful. Everything's just so beautiful here. Ugh, this is miserable. 3-hour delay and a completely full flight.
The dupes' time is about to get a whole lot better when one of them sits down on one of Las Vegas's famous slot machines.
Oh my God, I don't believe it.
Brian, we won!
When the real Brian and Stewie land and try their luck on the same slot machine, it's not exactly as fruitful.
Ah, damn it, Vegas.
I think when Stewie teleported the dupes to Las Vegas, he ripped all the good luck out of him and Brian. They don't win any money, and their hotel room has been taken, so they've been forced to go elsewhere.
Oh my God, this place is a dump.
Well, let's not be so quick to judge. It says here there's a continental breakfast.
They try to turn their luck upside down by going big in the casino, but everything they touch turns into the opposite of gold.
I lost it all, Brian.
What?
Well, I was on my way to get ice cream, and I passed a roulette table, and I put it all on 16 because of that Taylor Swift song, 16.
The dupes, on the other hand, can't lose. They're raking in the cash and go to see Celine dripped up to their eyeballs.
It's gonna be great. I hear she puts on an amazing show.
She does. You'll be amazed that that voice comes out of that face.
If you hadn't figured it out by now, that also means the tickets the dupes used are the same as the ones the real Stewie and Brian has, so once they're scanned, the boys can't scan their versions.
I'm sorry, these tickets are invalid.
What?
It's showing that they've already been scanned. I can't let you in.
With the boys being down and out, Stewie suggested they call Peter and Lois to see if they can help, but Brian isn't thrilled about that idea.
I don't know about that. You know that $500 we lost? I sorta took that from Lois, without asking. She finds out it's all gone, she'll kill me.
So instead, they did the sensible thing of borrowing money from a loan shark to bet on a fixed basketball game. Turns out it wasn't so fixed after all.
We lost, Brian.
Oh crap, we're screwed!
Now obviously, while they're scraping the bottom of the barrel, the dupes are still enjoying the high life, and the real Brian and Stewie don't have a clue. But as the real boys leave their sports bar, turns out the dupes are sitting right behind them, and Stewie accidentally takes their backpack, with tons of cash in it.
We gotta get the hell out of here before that loan shark finds us.
Yes, you're right. I've got a bad feeling, Brian. I've got a good feeling, Brian.
And this is where the dupes' luck runs out, because the loan shark sees them strutting around in their new fancy suits thinking they're living it up on his hard-earned cash.
Shut up and give me the money! You bastards think you could just borrow a bunch of money from a loan shark and then waste it on tacky suits?
Loan sharks aren't the smartest guys in the world, no offense if any of you are watching. Instead of trying to sort this out and get their money back in a different way, he gets payback the old-fashioned way.
No, kill him! He's a baby! He won't even remember he was alive!
You son of a...
Ah, Stewie!
Meanwhile, the real pair are having a hard time coming to terms with being on the run from loan sharks. They might have swapped the dough, but the boys don't even realize, and they figure out the only way out is to jump off their hotel balcony together.
Yep.
1, 2, 3! I'm sorry, I can't! I want to live! I didn't really think we were gonna do it!
You...
Well, so much for Pact. I know he doesn't know it yet, but boy, is it a good job that teleportation device of his made a dupe. But I guess it's not all bad for real Stewie. He's got a backpack full of cash, which he doesn't even have to share. But there's another Brian roaming the streets, and on their way home, they bump into each other.
Teleportation machine worked!
Of course it did. That's how we got here.
No, that's how you got here. I flew. The machine must have created 2 pairs of us. One that was teleported to Las Vegas, and the other that wasn't.
Now that they've realized there were 2 sets of them, an interesting question comes up. What happened to their other versions?
Stewie, you came with.
Oh, well, these thugs came to shoot you, and I tried to throw myself in front of the bullet, but it must have gone, like, under my armpit or something, because it exploded your face. Wait, what about the other me?
Oh, it was so sad. You took your own life. I tried like hell to talk you out of it, but you jumped off a balcony. People keep coming back every hour because they think it's a regular show, like the volcano or the pirate ship thing.
Yeah, guys, that's totally how it all went down. Anyway, the pair head home and decide to put the whole thing behind them because I doubt anyone else would believe it. This is far more like what you'd expect from a Road 2 episode. The stakes are big, there's twists and turns, it's action-packed, and it's just maybe a tad confusing at times. As you saw at the end there, kind of wrecks the whole continuity of things. Like, does that mean Brian from season 11 onwards isn't the one we knew? Anyway, solid episode all around. But it's time we moved away from just your run-of-the-mill adventures because it's time to step up to some top-class trips, and kicking us off is Road to Rupert, where Brian accidentally sells Stewie's favorite stuffed bear to a random guy in a garage sale.
Give you $1 for this.
Sold.
Brian, where's Rupert? I just left him here to watch my things.
Uh-oh.
Brian lies at first to Stewie and makes him think he's been kidnapped, but after seeing the little guy go through it, Brian decides to tell him the truth.
Rupert wasn't kidnapped. I accidentally sold him at the yard sale.
You son of a...
Brian's one lucky dog that Stewie didn't react any worse. Just ask new Brian. If you know, you know. Most people just chalk that bear up as being lost, but oh boy, not Stewie. He goes forensic in order to track down his cuddly friend.
It's very simple, Brian. I've taken DNA from the dollar bill you were paid for Rupert. Now to check that DNA against the federal database. Oh, we have a match. Stanford Cordray, 89 Spooner Street. Well, that's only a few blocks away. Let's go.
But the guy who bought Rupert is about to move house, so Stewie and Brian jump into the nearest car and get it to speed after moving his truck.
Please follow the truck.
Adam West puts his foot down and chases the truck, but as soon as it comes to entering Connecticut, he refuses to continue the chase.
No, we were so close. I say, what a bit of serendipity. Now we've got that fellow's address. Let's see.
It's a shame that's like a bajillion miles away. Well, it's nearly 2,000 miles, and that's a bajillion in my mind.
Take to the highway, won't you lend me your name?
Okay, so it looks like Stewie isn't going to give up that easily. The boys hitchhike as far as Pennsylvania before stopping to take a look around.
Oh, this is history right here, Brian.
They continue their hitchhiking and finally get to Colorado, but there's one thing standing in their way. Well, a couple of things.
When we get to Aspen, we're gonna have to get over those mountains somehow. Rent a helicopter.
It's $10 an hour.
The helicopter company has a pretty crazy clause in their policy that states if a jaunty tune is played, that also counts as a deposit, and boy do Stewie and Brian have a jaunty tune.
They think that song and dance is dated, boring, and dry.
The company has no choice but to accept their deposit and give them a helicopter to head on over to the Rocky Mountains with, but considering they're not pilots, there's going to be plenty of turbulence. Or in this case, crashing. The boys survive the crash and travel the rest of the way through the Rockies on foot, and somehow they make it to Aspen. Seeing as they have the guy's address, they find his house and knock on his door.
Rupert! It's Rupert!
Stanford, who is it?
It's nothing, dear. I'll handle it. I'm sorry, but that bear belongs to Timmy. Now please leave.
Wait. How about a ski-off?
What?
You heard me. First one down the mountain wins. If I win, I get Rupert.
Interesting.
Stewie notices that Stanford has plenty of ski trophies behind him, so offers him a ski-off for Rupert, but if Stanford wins, he gets Brian. The challenge is the first one down the mountain wins.
Wait, I totally have rockets in my skis.
The little guy thinks he's home and dry, but he's gotten too big for his boots. They've been beaten fair and square. I wonder how they're going to take it. Will Brian just live in Colorado forever? Will Stewie go back home empty-handed? Nah.
Oh, crone!
The boys hightail it out of there, and to get home, they carjack some random guy. Not that it bothers Stewie. Road to Rupert is a great episode. The pace is good, the jokes are non-stop, and the ending feels exactly like what Stewie and Brian would do. Plus, they get to put some snot-nosed kid in this place. Who doesn't love that? We're starting to move from classics territory now, and up next, it's Mort Goldman's time to shine in Road to Germany, where Peter and Lois are throwing a party for the Oscars, and while things are in full swing, Mort needs to use the bathroom, but it's currently in use.
There's a scale in there. I'd like to have a before and after on this one.
I'll be out in a minute.
I really need to go.
She said she'll be out in a minute.
Who else but Quagmire? I shouldn't let him off the hook that easy. Anyway, Mort has no choice but to find somewhere else to do his business, and where does he pick? Stewie's time machine. Stewie and Brian see that the time machine has been used and the Mort is missing, so they follow him to wherever he went in time to try and bring him back home.
Oh, Mort, thank God.
Brian and Stewie? You're in heaven too?
Mort, this isn't heaven. You've time traveled into the past.
But seeing as Mort is having fun, the guys decide to stay. But they've not figured out when they are in time. Well, they're in Poland in 1939.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's a bad time to be Mort. After seeing the invading Germans, the guys gather around on Stewie's time pad hoping to hop home, but the pad isn't working how it should.
Should we ask somebody for help?
Yeah, right. How many Polacks does it take to fix a time machine? Let's find out.
They figure that getting Mort to England is the only way he's going to be safe until they find what's wrong with the pad. It's just a shame this German officer was eavesdropping.
What?
Juden, ruben wir schmutzen auf deine Arsneck.
The guys manage to get away, but know it's going to be almost impossible smuggling Mort over the checkpoint out of Poland. So Stewie has an idea. They dress Mort up as a Catholic priest and try to get out, but the Germans ask for a little favor first.
Take this man up to your retail paying place.
Are you sure you're a real priest?
Yeah, I can vouch for him. He's real. He's me many, many times.
Sorry I'm late. I was busy doing, innocent, things. Wait a minute. 2 priests?
With their cover blown, the guys are forced to hop on the back of a bike and weave their way through the bullets. They manage to lose the Germans and figure the only way to leave Poland now is by the water. So the guys steal a German sub and head to the UK.
Oh my god, it's England! We've reached England!
Now that they're in England, the boys can safely figure out what's going on with Stewie's pad, but it's way more complicated than they first thought.
It's powered by uranium, and this thing is tapped out.
Wait a minute, are you saying we need to find some uranium?
I'm afraid so. But where do we find uranium in World War II Europe?
There's only one place in Europe that has the uranium the guys need. Berlin, which for the geographically challenged among us is in Germany. The guys use one of Britain's famous Spitfires to fly into Berlin to try and get their hands on the glowing green stuff. Doesn't go quite as well as they'd hoped though, as they end up sliding down the German landscape. To get inside the atomic center, the boys beat up and impersonate some German officers, and as always, Stewie takes it a little too far. Right, I guess you could say.
Hey guys!
Hitler!
Thanks to Stewie, though, the boys manage to snag a rod of uranium, but there's a certain famous German that they're about to bump into. Hitler was on that many drugs back then. I think it's pretty plausible that he might have thought Stewie was a reflection of his. Do you have any guesses for how they're going to get out of this? Well, if you said with a show tune, you'd be right.
Yes, they can sing a charming musical number.
Whatever. Damn it, will you two just get in the time machine?
Did it! We're home! Everything's...
Road to Germany might not be the most tasteful thing Family Guy has done, which isn't saying much, but it's non-stop action and packed full of pretty funny jokes. The plot is a real time travel caper, and it's endlessly rewatchable. We're sort of at the moment now where you could order this in the next 3 episodes in any way, but for me, it sits nicely in the middle of this tier. Now let's take a look at the biggest road to of all time, the Family Guy Christmas special, Road to the North Pole. Stewie might be an evil genius, but he's still a kid at the end of the day, so that means, yep, he still believes in Santa, and he's dragged Brian through a gigantic line at the mall to meet the jolly big guy.
Wait, what are you doing? Santa? You can't leave now!
Sorry, I'm done.
After being blown off by Santa, Stewie's hell-bent on finding him to make him pay. He doesn't understand that it's just an underpaid dude in a suit, though, and instead makes Brian take him to the North Pole.
What? Wait, North Pole?
But this North Pole isn't actually the one Stewie was hoping for. This is just some run-of-the-mill fake village in the middle of Rhode Island. And he doesn't fall for it, because he's way smarter than a toddler. But he still believes in Santa. I don't know why. Go ask Seth MacFarlane.
I just have one more question then.
Do you think I'm an idiot? Huh?
Despite holding him at gunpoint, Brian still refuses to go. That don't stop Stewie, though. He just hitchhikes with the first truck that stops.
Say yes to life, Brian! I'll be home for Christmas!
Brian doesn't let his buddy go alone. He follows the truck, and it's a good job, too, because while playing with a flare gun, Stewie accidentally sets the truck on fire. In the chase, Brian's car, along with the truck, and about 30 other vehicles, are totaled.
You could have been killed! I could have been killed! What is this? What are you doing?
Hitching a ride.
Hey, at least he's consistent. Instead of hitchhiking, though, the boys use a snowmobile from one of the crashed cars and uses it to cover frosty ground. But a snowmobile will only take the boys so far, and eventually it runs out of gas, so they gotta complete their journey on foot, and somehow they make it. Brian and Stewie knock on the door to see if the big guy's home, but they're not prepared for what they're about to see when he answers.
Oh my God, you're Santa Claus.
Yeah, who are you?
I'm Stewie Griffin, and I'm going to kill you.
Well, actually, Stewie, that doesn't sound like a bad idea to him.
Do it. Please, put me out of my misery.
You want me to kill you?
Come on, what are you waiting for?
Well, it turns out that old St. Nick is super sick thanks to capitalism. Basically, the world's population got so out of hand, more and more people are asking for more and more things, and he's only one guy. So everything in the North Pole is toxic, so much waste is being produced, and the elves? Well, they're inbred.
Now they're just a sickly race of mutated genetic disasters.
Yeah, those frickers are more inbred than yeast. As for his reindeer, they're now feral beasts who love nothing more than a wandering elf in the snow.
Feral creatures with a bloodlust for elf flesh.
With all this sadness, it feels like these guys need another Road to show tune.
Fill up a shelf making place. Now they're uncracking it.
The singing and months of Christmas prep catch up to Santa, who ends up collapsing.
Doctor, you've got to do something for him. It's Christmas Eve.
If he goes out tonight, he'll die.
With Santa out of commission, Stewie and Brian figure they've got to be the ones to step in to save Christmas, so they agree to take the reins and fly around the world to deliver presents. The boys land and drop into their first house, but they don't exactly get the parking of the sleigh right. After putting the presents under the tree, the boys decide they're going to stop for a little snack break, but when Brian pops open a bag of chips too loudly, their cover is blown.
Get off!
Hey, who the hell are you?
To stop the guy from calling the cops, Stewie goes into panic mode and hits him over the head with a baseball bat.
What the hell did you do? He was gonna call the cops, man.
But they do say Christmas is a time for families, and that guy had a whole family upstairs, so they gotta be dealt with too.
It's already ruined. This was one house. We've been here for an hour and a half.
There's nothing like the Christmas spirit. With the present delivery looking like it'll be impossible to do, Brian has an idea to reshape the entire holiday by delivering no presents to anyone. Oh, and by showing how ill people have made Santa.
Man is sick. Very sick. The workload of filling our Christmas lists has overwhelmed him. But there's a way for us to help him.
Brian tells them that Santa can go back to being the guy they all know and love, but everyone's got to lay off the greed, so it's one present only a year from here on out. Dang, guess I'm only getting socks every year till I'm dead then. Now that's Santa Claus. Fat and jolly, his elves are inbred free. Everyone's actually pretty happy in the end to get one gift each. I guess they mean more. Road to the North Pole is an all-action Christmas extravaganza. The plot's both entertaining and super thoughtful, and in my opinion has the best musical number out of all the Road 2 episodes. I am a sucker for a happy ending, and considering it's nearly Christmas at the time of recording, I may be a bit biased here, but for me, this is a cracking installment. But it's not the quite same charm and verve of the last two episodes. They're in a league of their own in my opinion, so it's only fair if we move on up to Generational Journeys. And the first episode in this tier is none other than the episode in which all the Road 2 adventures started, Road to Rhode Island. And to kick it off, we see a glimpse into Brian's puppyhood where he realizes he's not like the rest of his brothers and sisters in the puppy mill.
Does anyone here have thumbs? Anyone? No? Sorry, I don't play. Hey, come on, knock it off. Hey, how's the flow today? Hey, whoa! Mom!
This flashback has been like a recurring nightmare for Brian for as long as he can remember, and in turn has caused him to have a serious abandonment problem. So his therapist suggested that maybe he should try and talk to his mom about letting him be snatched from her. He agrees and asks Stewie to come along with him, but while in the airport lounge, Brian hits the bottle.
I think you've had about enough.
Well, I think you're wrong.
After missing their flights due to Brian's drunk state, the boys have no other option than to spend a night in a motel. And when they wake up, they hotwire a car and head across the country to find Brian's mother.
Wait, put it back. I like that song.
Their ride doesn't last long as the police are hot on their heels, so they end up hitchhiking again. What is it with these guys in hitchhiking? If they're not sponging rides of strangers, they're singing. But you know, I don't think I'd have it any other way.
They really saturate the soil twice a day. That's why my tomatoes haven't been coming in.
They eventually see a sign for Austin and hop out of the truck and do the rest of the journey on foot, and they see his old farm. I'm surprised they didn't try hitchhiking the rest of the way. Sorry, I'll drop the hitchhiking thing.
I say, walk slower, dog. My huggies are already holed up in Box Canyon.
Well, I got some bad news for you, brother. Turns out his mom has already died, even if she's still in the room with him. And no, I'm not talking like spiritually. I'm talking more Well...
Mom! Well, I say, someone must have said a funny because your mother's in stitches.
Yeah, Brian wants to give his mom a proper send-off, you know, to not let her become a table or a weird paperweight, so they take her out of the farm with a plan to bury her.
Say something. What? Just say something, please.
For God's sake.
Although Stewie's ripped Brian the whole way to Austin, deep down he does sort of care about him. And on the train ride back, Brian thanks him for what he's done.
Today. I know this whole trip has been a mess.
Well, it hasn't been all bad. I must admit there have been some moments that were, dare I say, fun. We're off on the...
And you see, that is the heart of the early Family Guy we all know and love. Oh, and who can forget this musical number?
We're having the time of our lives.
Take it, dog.
We're quite a pair of partners, just like Thelma and Louise. Except you're not 6 feet.
Seeing as this is the first adventure the boys go on, it's obviously going to be a little higher in the rankings. But it's also 100% here on merit. Brian's character starts to come to life. You see Stewie start to soften a little and actually show that he might actually care about his dog. Actually. It's also got the second best musical number out of all the miniseries. It's just full of charm. We learn about the characters, and yeah, it may not have the grandest of plots, but it's got just about everything else you want from a Family Guy episode. Honestly, I had a hard time putting this at number 2, but after rewatching what's taken the top spot a few times, yeah, it's undeniably the best in my eyes, and that episode, of course, is Road to the Multiverse, where Stewie shows Brian the ropes when it comes to the multiverse theory and shows him a remote control that lets him travel between alternate universes. As proof, he shows Brian his best in show pig.
Wow, what'd you win that for?
For having the best pig in the competition.
Wait, you bred a pig?
Sure did.
In the universe he got the swole pig from, Christianity never existed, meaning there was no dark ages, so science managed to advance 1,000 years ahead of its time.
Where are we?
This is Quahog, Brian. Same year, same time. But in this universe, Christianity never existed, which means the dark ages of scientific repression never occurred.
Which means there's all sorts of differences, like if you want to go to the toilet in this universe, it just sucks it right out of you. However strange that sounds, it's pretty normal when you compare it to this universe's Meg. After Brian snaps himself out of his Meg trance, the pair start hopping through various universes like this Flintstones universe.
Rock, Peter?
Yes, Rock Lois?
That was wonderful rock we had last rock night.
Or the double-head split personality universe.
Find him anywhere.
I sure have. He's over there playing in the corner.
And of course, I saved the best to last. You know what it's a wonderful day for?
It's a wonderful day for pie.
Brian and Stewie don't stay too long, though, as they need to get back home, but the problem is they're kind of tangled between universes and end up cycling through them before landing in one where dogs are in charge of humans, which Brian loves.
And you go here, and you naughty little wire, you're supposed to be over here. How did you get over there?
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Holly.
But when he and Stewie fight over the remote, it slips from their hands and shatters on the sidewalk. Stewie lets Brian leash him before the pair make their way to that universe's version of the Griffin house, where they meet the dog versions of the Griffin family.
My wife, Lois. My son, Chris. Chris, stop licking yourself and come up and say hi. My daughter, Meg. Our puppy, Stewie. And this is our human, Brian.
Nice to meet you.
Dog Stewie wants to play with human Stewie and takes him aside for a chat where he reveals that he's also discovered how to travel between universes, but it's a much better system, one that allows him to input exact coordinates instead of jumping around randomly. He offers to take them home, but before he can grab the device, Dog Peter provokes human Stewie and he bites Peter's hand, which is like the worst crime in the world in this universe.
He's our local human catcher. Gabe.
My name's not Gabe!
They take Stewie to the pound, but he's quickly busted out of there by Brian, Human Brian, and Dog Stewie, and they race back to their house to open a portal back to the original universe. Human Brian even asks to come along, but it doesn't go too well for the poor guy.
Where he can finally reach the full potential.
Oh my God, he got hit by a car!
I guess he didn't learn to look both ways before crossing. So it's official. In my opinion, Road to the Multiverse is the best Stewie and Brian adventure in Family Guy history. I know we're kind of used to the multiverse stuff, but back in 2009, that was pretty cutting edge, and seeing all the different art styles, the creative jokes, and the different universes put this way ahead of the rest. I said before that Road to Germany was endlessly rewatchable, and this is that times 10. Hey, I'm just one guy with one opinion, okay? If you enjoyed looking back through the classic catalog of Stewie and Brian adventures, then why not head on over to our channel and check out some more quality content like this? Or you could click this banger of a video that's popping up on screen right about now. And as always, guys, thank you for watching.